Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. Very big breaking news day, a terror attack in London, which we'll get to momentarily, and a major political story about the alleged tapping of the Trump campaign. Earlier today, the head of the House Intelligence Committee, Congressman Devin Nunes of California, said that someone gave him evidence that intelligence agencies under President Obama did pick up electronic surveillance on members of the Trump transition team and put that so-called incidental information into intelligence reports. That might be illegal.
I recently confirmed that on numerous occasions, the intelligence community incidentally collected information about U.S. citizens involved in the Trump transition. Details about U.S. persons associated with the incoming administration, details with little or no apparent foreign intelligence value, were widely disseminated in intelligence community reporting. I want to be clear, none of this surveillance was related to Russia or the investigation of Russian activities or of the Trump team.
So, when President Trump tweeted he was tapped by President Obama, he might not have been far off.
Do you feel vindicated by Chairman Nunes coming over this?
I somewhat do. I must tell you, I somewhat do. I very much appreciated the fact that they found what they found, but I somewhat do.
Congressman Nunes went on to tell the press that he is disturbed about what he has learned.
What I've read bothers me, and I think it should bother the president himself and his team. Because I think some of it seems to be inappropriate, but like I said, until we get all the information to the committee, it's hard to really say until we see it in its totality.
So the controversy deepens. For weeks, the Trump haters have vilified the president for his suggestion, lacking evidence, that his predecessor tapped his organization. But now the story takes a major turn because keep in mind that President Obama, in his last days in office, allowed intel agencies to share information they had previously not been allowed to share. Congressman Nunes declined to be interviewed tonight, but joining us from Washington is Congressman Peter King, a member of the House Intelligence Committee. So after all this, I don't know if the word amazing, but it's a big, big story. What's your assessment right now?
Bill, it's extremely significant, but let me be clear on this. It was not that the Trump people were being wiretapped. What happened was this was surveillance of foreign individuals talking to one another in a number of occasions. And there were references in there about conversations they may have had with Donald Trump, the president-elect, with people on his transition team, with people close to him. And any time your name comes up, any American's name comes up in one of these wiretap conversations, it's supposed to be masked. Instead, in this case, reports were written, not only listing the names of these people, but what they heard in the conversations, like if so-and-so is going to meet this person is going there, this person is doing that. All that information was laid out, and then it was disseminated to so many people in the intelligence community, but this had no intelligence significance at all. This was personal information which was being disseminated, and that would include people in the White House getting it. And again, on there, Devin, I have not seen it. Devin went through it in detail with me, though, and we've only gotten a small amount. This was given to him by somebody on the inside in response to the hearing the other day.
Couple of points. Number one, when you say it's masked, that means it's not supposed to show up in any report, written report in the intelligence, because the FISA warrant, which had to be given for these foreign individuals to be tapped in the first place, doesn't include who they're talking to unless it's a national security situation. So that's one violation there, according to Congressman Nunes. That's one violation. The second violation is that it was, as you said, disseminated all over the place, including the White House, including President Obama, got all this stuff, all right? And it's hearsay. It's hearsay. This isn't anything proven. This is people talking on a tap, all right? And it may be true, it may not be true, it may be rumor, it might be innuendo, but then it's put out there. And again, this is against American law. You can't tap and disseminate information on a person that you don't get a warrant for. And the Trump people didn't have warrants on the Trump people. But let's advance the story.
Yeah.
For weeks, the Trump haters have been killing him, the president, for saying, hey, President Obama tapped me. And it seems like now, maybe it's not that cut and dry, but there was certainly bad stuff going on.
Bill, what I've said from the start is the president overplayed his hand or he overstepped the information available. But I have felt all along there were investigations going on. These could have been legitimate investigations, legitimate surveillance. But the information taken from that was used illegally and improperly and disseminated by people in the intelligence community by being leaked out to the media and maybe given to other people as well. And so the president had a very legitimate case to make. He overstepped it by saying that President Obama ordered wiretapping. That we don't know, but we do know that, to me, this is shameful to have this type of information. And again, it almost like the way Devin described it to me, it's like a private eyes report. Donald Trump is going to meet this person on this day. This person is doing that. This one's moving here. This one's doing that. And it was like, first of all, who gave the order to unmask that, to make that known? Who gave the order to distribute it out? Because it goes against violations. This isn't like one report. We're talking about many, many, many.
Yeah.
This was done.
A lot of
so
stuff.
there was definitely an attempt to find, and to do this on the incoming president.
Okay, but,
I just can't
bottom
imagine
line, Congressman, would I be wrong in saying that the Obama administration surveilled the Trump transition team?
I would say from all I know, you're at least 99.5% accurate, and probably 100%.
That's a huge story.
It is absolutely. It's a big story. I
enormous
hope the
story.
media gives it the
Well, you're not going
credit
to have on the.
Well,
on
that's
the,
up to you.
Yeah.
It's up
on
to
the
you,
hate on the hate Trump side, they're going to try to spin it. And again, we point out that Russia's not involved here, according to Congressman Nunez, and there's no Russian
Nothing
thing
involving Russia, nothing involving anything criminal. So nobody in the Trump organization was being accused of anything.
Right, these are just conversations that were picked up. No
whatever
criminal,
was there was disseminated.
no Russia. All right, Congressman, we appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Well, thank
Next
you.
on the rundown.